Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make bracers for if you want to make an Assassin's Creed costume or any kind of medieval costume or even a Batman costume, really. This technique I used for the Altair belt because I've had a lot of people ask me about how I made my costume, and it's pretty much the same technique, only obviously the belt is going to be larger and it's going to have to be a little bit stronger than the bracers will have to be since you're trying to bend and turn and stuff. Okay, the tools you're going to need to make this bracer are cool foam. You can pick it up at any local craft store. I got mine at, I believe, Michael's. Some eyelets, which are these things right here. These things are going to be for your tying area, whatever it's called. You're going to need the Eyelet Stool. Believe me, you need one of these. I didn't know they existed when I first started this, and it caused issues. You're going to need a mallet for hitting the eyelet tool. You're going to need scissors, some Plastidip. Pick it up at a hardware store, like Home Depot or Lowe's. A foamy, multiple of these. I got mine at Michael's. I got like a pack of like 20 for like $3 or something. But you go through a lot of these when you're doing this. What am I missing? I use a marker, Sharpie. Here we go. Marker, Sharpie, and this is to draw out my designs on my fun foam. And a pen. A ballpoint pen is quite important because if you look at my thing, you see these little indents right here. Not the bat thing, but these indents around the edges. You can create cool indents like this, like as if you're doing leather stamping. But you can use a ballpoint pen. If you use other things, it will tend to rip the foam. The ballpoint pen, because of the ball, it kind of rolls, but pushes as it rolls. So it creates an indent without ripping anything. It'll rip a little bit, but not too bad. I'm trying to think if there's any other tools, and I'm pretty sure that's it. Oh, you need hot glue, and I use a high temp hot glue gun because the cool stuff will dry too fast, and you won't be able to get a nice adhesion. Be careful, it hurts. I don't know if you can see it, but my ring finger, I had a really big hole. It was nasty. And spray adhesive, if you have it. It's not super important. It's kind of spendy stuff. So the first thing I do is I cut out the shape of the bracer. You're going to want to measure your arm to make sure you have the right size. So after that's cut out, I'm going to create my line design around the edge to kind of replicate sewing, stitching around the edge leather. After that, I'm going to cut out my design. In this case, I'm going to do a dragon. So after that's done, I'm going to glue the dragon down, make sure you hot glue it really well. And then I'm going to use my ballpoint pen. I'm going to create some nice texture design around the dragon. So once that's nice and dry, and that's pretty much how I want my design to be, I'm going to take my Plastidip and I'm going to coat my bracer with the Plastidip. I'm going to let it dry. It's going to take about 2 coats. I'm not going to bother showing you the second coat, but it takes 2 coats about. After that's dry, and actually I'm changing bracers because I messed up another one. You flip it over, take your spray adhesive, spray on the back, and then you're going to take an old white t-shirt, something or some kind of fabric that you don't mind throwing away, and you're going to want to stick it down to it. This is for durability because the foamy stuff's not very strong, so the fabric underneath is going to be for strength. Now I'm going to poke my holes and I'm going to start adding my eyelets in, and I do 5 to each side, and that's pretty much it. It's done. So here's mine. Very simple. It would be the same technique for the belt. Obviously you'd use the eyelets in the back of the belt, and you just have rope go through it. And pretty much, yeah, the belt is just a giant one of these. It goes around the waist. Yeah, and obviously you can take it farther than I did, but works great.